Greetings and welcome to another episode of Trippy Food and another installment of live stream leftovers. Today we're not going to do a whole bunch of leftovers from our live stream. We're going to do one single item. So recently we did a live stream in which we featured this. This is Pocino is the brand and it's Que Rico is the product line. Hot head cheese. So we did hot head cheese. And in the middle of the live stream, Greg Wells suggested if you fry that whole piece up, that would be awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to fry that. What I mentioned to him was if you just fry that, because the head cheese is held together with collagen, that if you heat it up, that collagen's going to melt. And so if you try to fry it, it's not going to work too well. So what I decided we would do is we would deep fry it. So I'm going to call this Trippy Chippy hot head cheese. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of cut it to shape, but I will use the whole piece. And I made some batter. Basically what I made was fish and chips batter. So I'm going to use that. So I'm going to take my piece of head cheese. And it's kind of square because of the piece I cut off. So I'm just going to square that off. And we'll do a square of that. And then maybe I'll just do the other two pieces like head cheese fingers. There we go. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to dust it in the flour. Okay, I've got that floured. So now I'm going to go ahead and batter this. That is really thick. Now, for the batter, I would tell you that the recipe that I use for it, but they're all so different. Some have buttermilk in it, some have baking soda, some have baking powder, some have beer. So there's a wide variety of fish and chip batters that you can make. This is kind of a hybrid one. We just took the best of a couple that we found. Let's see, I want to make sure we get that whole thing. And let's go ahead and drop that guy in the grease. There we go. And again, head cheese is already cooked, so we don't have to worry about the inside getting cooked as you would with if you're making fish and chips. You want to make sure that the fish gets cooked. Here you don't have to worry about that. When that's done, I'm going to drain that on this paper towel. Now the thing is, you might want to dip this with something. So basically, you've got a fried piece of, I'm going to, for lack of a better term, call it meat. You've got a piece of battered meat. And so the question is, do you want to have something to dip that in? Well, that's a good question. In the batter, when I was making the batter, I put in a little bit of cayenne pepper, just to have a little bit of spice and some black pepper. But I'm not sure what you would use as something to dip or something to top it with. Maybe like a Thousand Island dressing, but instead of ketchup, maybe use like a sriracha or some sort of hot sauce. So that's a possibility. I think we're just gonna do it as is. We're not gonna do a sauce or anything on top of that. We want to see how it tastes just as it is. Alrighty, that looks like it's done. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it up here for a second. That looks crispy enough. It doesn't have to be, we don't have to put it in too long because, like I said, the meat's already cooked. That one looks like a water bear. Okay, here we go. I admit it doesn't look that appetizing, but I'm going to try a bite of the finger. There we go. Oh, wow. So the gelatin does melt, and what you have left is some fatty pieces and kind of almost like a ground pork. It's really nice with that cayenne I added. It's creamy, but it's also very fatty. Now, one of the things that I forgot was that this is hot head cheese, so it's going to be spicy anyways. So putting extra spice in the batter, just kick that up. That's a really good flavor. It's almost like the flavor of Canadian bacon, and I want to say Canadian bacon because, like American bacon is just, crispy and has a little bit of chewiness to it, and this has no chewiness to it at all, which is really unusual because when you're making head cheese, you're using parts of the pig's head that are typically chewy, like the snout and the ears. And this is really nice because it has that heat, because it is hot head cheese. I'm really pleased with how it's stuck together. Like I said, there was some moisture to it, and I think that caused a lot of the oil splashing. I do stuff like this because really there's nobody around to tell me what a stupid idea it is in the first place. But I'd go ahead and say that this is a success. It's a big thumbs up. It's delicious. It's really good. You know, it's kind of a crazy thing. If you decide you're going to do this, where you go to a place that has, you can try it with regular head cheese. It doesn't have to be the hot head cheese. But if you do it with head cheese, when you go to the deli, just make sure they give you a slab of it. So just say, you know, cut that into like at least a 1/4 inch slab and use that. Because typically when you order head cheese in the deli, it's going to be sliced, you know, like luncheon meat. So if you want to give this a try, I recommend it. It's really, really good. And again, I'm thinking that Thousand Island dressing, but it's like an aioli type dressing, I think would go really good to dip this in. So if you want to give that a shot, go ahead. But remember that it's crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Hot head cheese. Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.